July 1776 will be the most memorable epoch in the history of America. I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward forevermore. You will think me transported with enthusiasm, but I am not. I am well aware of the toil and blood and treasure that it will cost us to maintain this declaration and support and defend these states. Yet through all the gloom, I can see the rays of ravishing light and glory. I can see that the end is more than worth all the means, and that posterity will triumph in that day's transaction. Even although we should rue it, which I trust in God we shall not.
We are a nation born from fire, forged by a radical idea that shook the thrones of the old world. In the sweltering heat of Philadelphia, 1776, a band of rebels declared that liberty was not a privilege granted by kings, but a sacred right given by Almighty God. It was a promise written in ink, but bought with blood. They knew that a government's first and most solemn mandate is to secure those rights, to build a fortress around life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, so that ordinary men and women could live in peace. But freedom is never a static monument. It's a fragile flame, constantly battered by the winds of chaos, malice, and tyranny. For 250 years, American liberty has demanded a shield that never sleeps. A lineage of vigilance that stretches from the lonely, lantern-lit midnight riders of the Revolution to the quiet, modern-day sentries of the FBI. The battlefield shifted from the blood-soaked hills of Yorktown to the digital front lines of the modern world, but the sacred trust remains the same. True independence is not just the absence of a king. It's the presence of security. It's the quiet, unyielding peace of mind that allows a mother to watch her children chase sparklers in a dark backyard, or neighbors to gather in the town square without fear. It's a living shield of fidelity, bravery, and integrity, built to protect the sanctuary of your home. Behind the scenes, beneath the roar of celebration, thousands of silent guardians are standing watch over us all, holding the line so the music can keep playing. Because this is the land of the free, and the free deserve to live in peace. We've got the watch. God bless this great nation. Happy Independence Day.
There's a guardian watching from high above, ensuring our way of life and pursuit of freedom and liberty, on land, at sea, and in the air. Guardians are always there, always above.
This year marks a historic milestone for our nation. the 250th anniversary of American independence. Our founders knew that liberty was not an abstraction floating above history. They knew that parchment promises alone could not make a nation free. Many failed states and tyrannical regimes have borrowed the words of rights and liberties, but a constitution is only as strong as the people it belongs to. America has never been merely a proposition. It has always been a real and living civilization, a unique and distinctive people, unlike any other nation or people in the history of the world. We are a people born on the edge of the known world, a frontier nation, not only in geography, from the hardy pioneers on the Oregon Trail to the astronauts transcending the limits of Earth itself. America made the frontier a principle of national life. America is an exceptional nation because we are an exceptional people. And with God's grace, we will continue to be for the next 250 years as well. As we commemorate 250 years of independence, I call on our allies and embassies around the world to join us in celebrating the American principles of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Happy Independence Day, and may God bless the United States of America.
I hope you found that to be as badass as I did. The B-2 blowing out those flames. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for joining on a late night, Friday night, 10 o'clock at night, Independence Day Eve. I've got a lot going on. President Trump is due to come up at 10:30. They did have a tremendous hailstorm, so I'm not sure the timing of how things are going to be. But as soon as he walks out, or as soon as some of the additional festivities begin, we will cut directly to it. In the meantime, I do have some additional content I can show you. A very, very different kind of interview that President Trump did. I think it was today. I think they filmed it yesterday, but they showed it today. You guys are going to love it. Excuse me. I had the whole Mondami thing to show you, the whole 14 minutes, and I just saw people's reaction like, save that for news. Save it for a different day, because we don't want that vomitorium showing up and throwing up all over us. Okay, I'll save that for, let's say, Sunday or Monday. Tomorrow being Saturday, 4th of July, I won't show it then. We'll talk about it. We got a lot to talk about when you see. If you've seen this thing, it is the most disgusting, insulting, demeaning, can I put any offensive? I don't know if I can put any more adjectives to it. It was absolutely mind-blowing that a governor, a mayor of the biggest city in the country, arguably one of the biggest cities in the world, the hub of capitalism, would be so anti-American and anti-capitalistic in his address. These people got some serious problems. So I saw a press release. President Trump is due to basically rebuke communism tonight in the shadow of Mount Rushmore, which I can't wait. Absolutely. Let me cover a couple things with you first before I get into this additional content. Is that SV hitting me up already? Hold on. I always get these things early. No, it wasn't him. Who was it? Okay. President Trump on the airplane, which did a fantastic flyover over the event. One of the bands was playing. It was a country band, and as he was talking, he pointed up, and I thought he was giving acknowledgement to God. And I see this big bird flying over the stage. So that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right. So President Trump put a couple posts up while he was obviously flying. Here's one. Republicans, look what I just found. The Democrats are openly stating that they plan to terminate the filibuster if they ever take power and expand the Supreme Court. Wasn't that kind of coincidental that John Thune met him at the airport? In other words, they will add 2 radical left states, 4 Democrat senators, many congressmen and women, their dream of 21 Supreme Court justices, not just 13, the unlucky number. An impossible to beat number of electoral college votes, and that's the ball game. Popular votes, landslides, and so much else. The Republican Party will never win another election. How much longer are you going to allow this to happen to you? They will terminate the filibuster in their first hour, no doubt. And I'll be sitting home with tears in my eyes saying, I told you so. I have never even heard him mention those kinds of emotion. Tears in my eyes. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable that he would even say that. Crazy. All right, let me show you the next one. The next one in here is the Trump economy is soaring. Stock market just completed its best quarter since the last time I was president. S&P 500, NASDAQ, Dow, all surging, sending Americans' 401ks higher and higher. My working family's tax cuts mean more money in American pockets. Our trade deficit continues to shrink as U.S. exports hit record month after month. America is building more, producing more, and selling more than ever before. Trillions of dollars in new investment. Oops, I didn't put it on the screen. Trillions of dollars of new investment brought in by administration mean more factories, more jobs, and more opportunity for Americans. This is winning. The golden age of America is beginning, and we're just getting started. Oh, this is winning?
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
I know they hate that. I know the trolls hate that. I know the left hates it. The libtards, they all hate that. They hate even the fact that even if he is winning, they don't like us talking about winning. So there, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Now, for tonight, this is what President Trump posted earlier. He said, the Communist Party is made up of illegal immigrants, criminals, and everybody that doesn't want to work. He's going to hit it hard tonight. They say that's what the speech is going to be about. So we shall see. Yeah, he was quite busy on his flight over. And he posted this. Big news. My administration is delivering another fantastic America First victory. The Department of Treasury will now accept philanthropic contributions of readily tradable, publicly traded stock to help fund Trump accounts for eligible American children. This opens the door for great American businesses, philanthropists, and job creators to invest directly in the future of our children and help build a generation of savers, investors, and owners. The response to the Trump account has been incredible. More than 6 million Trump accounts have already been requested before the program is even launched. The American people love this idea because it puts America's children first, rewards success, and helps build wealth for next generations. The golden age of America is just getting started. And what he said in that last sentence is everything the Democrats hate. Everything. They don't want to reward success. They don't want to help build wealth. It goes against everything that they possibly want for America and its kids, both. And then some bigger news. This was earlier. Acton DNI Pulte fired, quote, dozens of intelligence officials. So it's happening. It's happening. It's happening big. I'm not going to go over it tonight because we'll talk about the Gavin Newsom debacle once we get through the 4th of July. But that is absolutely huge as well. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. SV, before I go into some other stuff, you got anything beyond that right now? How you doing?
Hey, happy pre-4th of July. Come on, winning. Let's go.
Happy Independence Day Eve. That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I was just posting a link that Japan celebrates the USA more than the leftist run cities. They have all the drone stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can just send that to you real quick. I was putting it in the chat. It will be at the very bottom of the ones I'm sending to you. I just sent it to you right there. I didn't check if it has music, so just keep it mute for the time being. At least show it.
It's the drone thing. Oh yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. When I saw this earlier,
that's a freaking amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's interesting how Japan celebrates the USA more than leftist run cities. And it's a video of a complete drone show in Japan of, I guess that's Trump. I don't know. Oh, that's the Japanese Prime Minister standing next to him.
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Man, that's incredible. Yep. Some of the leftist cities just aren't doing anything. And I don't know if you heard this, but Gene Simmons of KISS, he's going to be narrating something tomorrow as well. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
And that made
love to hear his voice. Yeah.
That made their heads spin as well. Because is
he going to stick his tongue out too?
I hope so. I hope he does it just to freak them out. I hope he does. And then
speaking of freaking it out, the link right above what I just sent you, Trump literally just posted that a few minutes ago. It has music, so
but wait a second. I want to go to I want to go to your other one. That other one is it's
right above it. Yeah.
Look at that, Air Force One just flying in. Oh, let me rewind that because people might miss
that ties in with it. So he's flying over Mount Rushmore, and it's that's a comm right there. And then he posted shortly after a video of him superimposed.
All right.
In gold.
I don't know if you noticed, but they also turned around and they flew back right by it again. So they did a double pass. It was pretty awesome.
The lid nuts are pounding their phones and punching their TVs. Like,
Where's the second one you did? It was right.
It's right above Tara. It's from Eric Doherty at 10:09.
Oh, okay. Hold on. This one, yeah. This is the golden version. Oh my God!
Oh boy!
Oh my God!
Oh my gosh! It's gold too. It's gold. He loves everything in gold. He's
oh my goodness!
Oligarch.
Yeah, hold on. Let me cut to something that's going on right now.
Okay.
Give me a second here.
And if I stare too long, I'll probably break down and cry. Oh, sweet.
I had to cut that because what people don't know is Guns N' Roses are some of the most avaricious, naziest people in terms of their copyright. So I can't even believe that the military band is playing "Sweet Child of Mine." Oh my God.
By the way, folks, if we lose YouTube, we'll be going.
Yeah,
right
Roll
to
still good. I cannot believe they're playing that.
That wasn't the best cover in my opinion, Barry. I can't sing very well, but I was like, woo.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Oh, that is a good one. All right, let me get ready so I can get this interview up before he comes out and get this commercial running because that just scared the hell out of me. All right, I'll be right back. One of today's sponsors is LTV Hydration. If you're like me, a little bit older, you're getting to that age where you're tired all the time. Sometimes you're bloated after a meal, and no amount of water seems to help. Then listen up here. A few weeks ago, after I had an issue with water retention. I called this guy, my friend of mine, Dr. Josh, a practicing doctor with over 25 years of experience. His answer shocked me. It shocked Robin. He said I was showing all the classic signs of a dehydrated liver. Not the kind of that more water fix. Your liver is your body's main hydration organ. If your liver cells aren't hydrated at the cellular level, the water you drink just runs right through you, which means you pee all night long. And that's sometimes why you can feel drained during the day, you can feel bloated, and you feel older than you should. You're real sluggish. Yeah, regular electrolyte drinks don't help this. They don't solve it. That's why Dr. Josh created LTV, a daily hydration drink designed for real cellular hydration and liver support. It combines clinical dose marine electrolytes and taurine to help your body and your cells hold water, plus milk thistle and dandelion root to support your liver's natural detox. I've been drinking it every morning, and the results have been incredible. In fact, sometimes I take two. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but it just really helps. No more bloating, no more afternoon crashes. You see me. Sometimes I do 2 shows. I finally feel properly hydrated, lighter, alert, full of real energy. If you're ready to feel the difference, go to drinkltv.com/Barry right now. And Dr. Josh is running a special offer of up to 64% off, but only for the Fanfare community. And you got to do it through the link in the description below. Click the link and give your liver the hydration it's been missing. Be back in 90 seconds.
One man is being victimized by our own government. One man whom they fear, yet whom millions love. One man who is willing to take the poison arrows of lawfare. One man whose voice has been taken away by a corrupt judge operating in a corrupt system. One man who has been ridiculed and insulted. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who refused to back down. One man who stands between us and them. One man that wants to see America protected again. One man who wants to see America prosper again. One man who understands that a man is a man and a woman is a woman. One man who understands and protects the blessing of life. One man who wants to restore American exceptionalism. One man who once again wants to make America that shining city on a hill for all to see. A place where all the people of the world glowingly set their eyes upon. America. One man who unashamedly wants to make America great again. That one man is Donald Trump.
This is Fanfare with Barry Cunningham.
Hello, I'm Usha Vance, and welcome back to Storytime with the Second Lady. I'm so excited to share another great story today, because when we read, we grow. As you probably noticed, we're not in our normal reading nook today. Instead, we're actually across the street at the White House, where the President of the United States lives. In fact, we're in his office, the Oval Office, because today's special reader is none other than President Donald Trump. President Trump, thank you so much for inviting us into your office today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Usha.
Would you mind telling the kids who are watching a little bit about this office and what makes it so special?
Okay, before we go into this, she's talking like she's a kindergarten teacher. He's going to be talking that way too, because this is a kids show that they are talking about. They're going to read a cartoon book, which he's going to read it. He's going to read it to the kids. I was stunned. I mean, I knew he was a historian, but the little facts he knows here, no teleprompter, no cue cards, nothing. He just goes through all of this stuff. And I just thought this was the cutest thing.
It's the Oval Office. It was built around 1900. It's a spectacular place. It's the most powerful piece of real estate probably in the world. Everything starts here, ends here, starts again. And we've used it well, and your husband's been a great vice president, I have to tell you. We've had a lot of fun working together, even in times of great stress, because the world is under stress. But we're solving a lot of the problems. And it's an honor to have you in the Oval Office. The Oval Office basically represents the president, and it's never been used for such a purpose, I don't believe, but that's okay with me.
Well, it's a great honor to be here and to get to share it with so many kids. Everything that you just described, all of these incredible accomplishments, they take a lot of reading. Do you have any time to read for fun these days?
So I end up reading mostly newspapers. I usually read stories about myself.
Well, with so much going on in the world, it's really kind of you to take a moment to read. And I know you have 11 grandkids, so hopefully some of them will tune in and watch you read this story today.
So I'll make sure they watch. I'll make it mandatory. That won't mean anything. That means they still won't do it, but I'll make it mandatory.
Well, I'm sure they'll love it. Now, I know you brought a special book today.
I did. This was done by the White House Preservation, and it's really very cute. Here's your cover. It's called President's Play. We don't play too much, right? And it says, "Let's visit the White House." So exciting. Run, Spot, Run. We used to have Run, Spot, Run. Remember when I was, maybe you were much younger, but when I was growing up, we had a book, Run, Spot, Run. That was the title of the book. And every sentence was of that complexity.
I think this is a little more
It wasn't
exciting.
too hard. This is much more exciting.
Yes.
And this is Lyndon Johnson and Ronald Reagan, two presidents, very different type presidents. And it said, "This is Lyndon Johnson, the Oval Office. All the presidents work hard here." I think the presidents all work hard, but sometimes they take a break to have fun and exercise, like Ronald Reagan. He was in very good shape. Lyndon Johnson wasn't into shape, but he was a very tough cookie, a real great politician. He found himself in a position of power. And then Ronald Reagan was a high quality person. He was sort of, it was just like your father was president, you know, you looked up to him. He was a good looking man. He was a man with, I think, was very highly respected by a lot of people. Here's a man, President Harry Truman. It says, took walks. He'd walk right outside the White House and take a walk down the street. Although Washington, D.C., with the help of your husband and others, has become a very safe place.
We do like walking here.
Right. And do you walk with your husband?
We do.
Good.
We try very hard.
With massive security?
Yes, there's that.
I guess. And then you have President Bill Clinton ran on a special jogging track. He had a little track built for him at the White House. That's nice. I didn't even know that until recently. But he had a track built at the White House. I don't think I'll ever do that. I don't see myself doing that. I don't know. But he actually was a nice guy. I like Bill Clinton a lot. I still do. And then you have President Abraham Lincoln rode horses. He liked riding horses. And that's great. I'd like to ride horses too. In fact, it gives me an idea. But when you fall off a horse, I've seen too many bad things happen.
That's fair point.
Falling off horses is not good.
No, it's not.
So, well, we get a nice old horse that's extremely slow, lazy, and maybe a rider. Anyway, father and son presidents, and that's George Bush, his father. They would like to pitch horseshoes, the Bushies. And here's John Quincy Adams. He was one of the very early presidents right at the beginning, and he swam in what was called the Tiber, T-I-B-E-R, Creek, which I don't know if it exists anymore. In fact, I think we're building a beautiful ballroom on top of it based on this picture, the Tiber Creek. Then we have an indoor pool was built for President Franklin Roosevelt. That's right over here. That's now the press room. And he was our longest serving president, had 4 terms. And he was respected. He was on the liberal side. That's a picture of him right up there, right above your head.
Oh, there he is.
And he was the longest serving. In fact, because of him, they made it 2-term. Gerald Ford was actually a pretty good athlete. He was a football player, maybe Michigan, one of the good teams. And he was a man, it says an outdoor pool was built for President Gerald Ford, and that's right on the side of the house. I don't get to use it. I don't know if I look good in a bathing suit. I haven't had a bathing suit in a long time. I'm too busy. I mean, it'd be nice. I'm looking at these pictures of people swimming, and I'm saying, I don't know. You know, my attitude is you're at the White House for a short period of time, and it's an honor to be here. And you should work for the people, right?
It's very important.
And here's another, John Kennedy. He was a great guy. He was handsome. He was the second most good-looking president, they say. President John F. Kennedy enjoyed sailing on the water, while President Grover Cleveland relaxed by fishing. So Grover Cleveland was a two-term president, but he also had an in-betweener. He was the only one other than me. And I think it gave us much greater strength actually doing it that way. I think he found that too. But that's John F. Kennedy sailing, good-looking guy, and Grover Cleveland. He was a good president. That's why they brought him back for a second term. Being a two-term president is sort of important, I think.
There's so much to do.
Well, there's so much to do, and I think it validates us a little bit. But back at the White House, President Richard Nixon enjoyed bowling. He spent a lot of time fighting to stay in office because he had a lot of people got him into trouble, and he got himself into trouble, I guess. And then you had President Theodore Roosevelt practiced jiu-jitsu. He was a sort of a tough guy, physically loved the outdoors.
He was a real athlete.
He was sort of an athlete, but he loved the outdoors. And then the most sports played outside were done by Jimmy Carter. He liked playing tennis. He had a hard time as president. And then you had Barack Hussein Obama. He used the same court for basketball, so they used the tennis court for tennis. Jimmy would play there with his daughter, his wife. He was a nice man, a very nice man. There's a picture of each. Jimmy as a tennis player, Barack Hussein Obama as a basketball player. I don't know if he's a good basketball player. I tend to doubt it. Actually, his favorite sport is golf.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but he won't be in the Masters anytime soon. And then you have Dwight Eisenhower. He was a much better president than he was given credit for. He did the interstate system. He was a very good, maybe great general. So he won the war, and he came back and ran for president, and he won. That was good credentials, you know. I just won the Second World War. Let me run for president. And he won. And he was a nice man. He loved golf. He would play golf every day if he could. And there's a putting green for golf, a favorite of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. That's this picture right here. And the putting green's right outside. I've never used it because I don't want to be seen putting at the White House. I want to be seen working at the White House. And then you have President Herbert Hoover made up a game called Hoover Ball, and that worked out better for him than the economy because he was the president under which we had the Great Depression. And here's a great picture. Many presidents, it says, like Donald Trump, invite winning teams to the White House. We've had them all, which is right here. And it's true, winning teams. We have all the Super Bowl teams. In fact, we have the team coming very soon. We have all of the baseball. The Dodgers were here twice in a row. They won 2 World Series. We have the basketball. We have everybody come. And then others like President William Taft throw out the first pitch of baseball. He was a large man, very large, and he loved baseball. He'd go to baseball games, loved the hot dogs at the baseball games. He was our heaviest president, and I have to be careful because I don't want to supersede his record. And a thing like that would be possible if I allowed it to happen. For all of you out there watching, keep yourself in good shape, right? Like you. You're in such good shape. And then in closing, when they aren't playing sports, presidents have fun watching them too, just like you did. See, this is the Super Bowl, and his president's watching football together. Now, maybe I should invite Barack Hussein Obama, Joe Biden, with the Bushes, or Bush. Maybe I should invite some of those people to watch a football game together. Wouldn't that be a nice story? The press would go wild.
A president reunion? That would be fun.
So here's a book, and they've really done a great job. Publication, White House Historical Association.
Mm-hmm. They do a lovely job.
What a job they did. Here's another picture. That's the presidents and some children watching a football game. And I'm doing this for a great second lady. And she's been so popular around the White House. Everybody loves you. It's a great honor.
Well, it's a great honor for us. Thank you so much for inviting all the children watching into the Oval Office today. So do you have any advice for kids on why they should get out there and celebrate our country on the 4th of July?
So we have a great country. We have a country that is on a little bit of a ledge right now. It can go one way or another. You understand that. But we're going to make it go the other. And we're going to make America greater than ever before. But the 4th of July is a fantastic day. It's a day of celebration. It's a very important day for this country and the life of the country.
And it's a 250th year anniversary on top of everything, which is just wonderful, isn't it?
That's right. We're going to have a good time. And what we really are doing is celebrating America. We love our children. They are our most important people when you think about it, right? Our great children. And that goes along with teachers and all of the people that make them, that help to form a perfect person. And that's what we want in this country. So we have great respect for teachers and for everybody, and I guess most importantly, the parents of children. So many people go into that job of making somebody really good and sound. It's so important. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for everything that you're doing for children.
Thank you.
I hope all of you out there celebrate the 4th of July with some fun in the sun and with a good book or two about our beautiful country. We'll see you soon for another story right here on Storytime with the Second Lady.
You know, I saw that and I'm like, would that fit today? You know, with everything. And yeah, it fit, because with Mandami out there making his craziness and his speech, President Trump taking the time to do a completely different style interview I've never seen. I don't know, maybe other presidents have done that. I've never seen it. And so he took some time, sat down with Usha and talked to kids. Instead of telling kids that they could go lop off their junk and, you know, you can go protest or learn how to do teen takeovers, he talked to them about the history of the presidency. I thought that was just amazing. With everything in the world going on, he took the time to go talk to her about kids. Amazing, simply amazing. So I just wanted to include it. So next thing I want to show you, as we're all getting ready, it's 10:30. He's obviously not on time. I want to show you Caroline Levitt, who's obviously ramping up to come back. She's obviously ready to hit the podium and start up again next week. She appeared on, I think this is Jesse Waters' show.
So far, only the Raging Cajuns has the cojones to speak the truth. But now on Morning Joe, 5-alarm fire. Here's Donnie Deutsch.
Well, Democrats are going off the rails. They're not even focused. What matters to people is affordability. And Democrats right now are focused on two things. They're focused on anti-Semitism and socialism. And the Republicans are going to tar them with this. This is the problem. Even though they are a small sector of the party, this is right now, every Republican strategist is salivating on what these people have said in the past. And they're going to wallpaper it with it. And the Democrats are going down a bad path. They're electing these Democratic socialists. It's a disaster, no matter what you think of it.
You know, a couple of days ago, I showed you Donnie Deutsch. He filmed a video at his house. And at his house, he was saying just that. This is a no-win situation. No matter how the media all of a sudden is trying to get behind these people, no matter that they're picking these little blue districts and trying to make them ultra blue, it is overall a complete losing message. No matter what you see on X, Black people don't want it. Hispanic people, especially people who came from other dictatorial countries, they don't want this stuff. And it's very interesting that I posted this earlier. If socialism was so great, if it was the real strategy to change things for the Democrat Party, why did it just happen, I don't know, the last couple months? Why didn't Kamala run on it? when she was running for president? Why didn't she run on a socialist platform? She didn't. She didn't really have any kind of a platform. And so now what it shows me is these people are flailing. They don't know what to do. And the fact that their message right now about the working class isn't buying it. It's 85 to 90% white, college-educated kids. It's completely back-assward marketing.
Democrats got wiped out last election for open borders, crime, and trans, and calling Trump a Nazi. And now they're running on abolish ICE, the border, police, and they're running nipple Nazi. Democrats spent billions of dollars denying they were radical, and now they're like, YOLO, I'm a commie. And the front runners, Newsom and Mamala, we're watching them kamikaze. Both are commie curious. Kamala's on the phone with Mondani and the Palestinians. Newsom's texting with Mondani like he's the Muslim Messiah. He's not. If Mondani's making anybody faint, it's because it's 100 degrees and he won't let you crank the AC.
To every business owner, please set your thermostats to 78 degrees.
So the New York Post today, I don't know if you saw this anywhere, the New York Post, I was going to wait till we show his other speech, but the New York Post went through with an infrared thermometer and went to City Hall. And as they're walking through City Hall today, only 4 rooms in the entirety of City Hall were at 78. Most of them were below 60. One was at 54. I don't even know how you get your thermometer, your HVAC to push it that low. It's all a fraud. Everything about them is a fraud.
Alleviate the stress on our power grid.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt joins us now. The commie revolution, Caroline, did you ever see this coming?
That was quite the monologue. Never would I imagine I'd be watching videos like that. Candidates running for the modern day Democrat Party. This is not your granddaddy's Democrat Party. This is not the Democrat Party of JFK. This is a full-blown communist revolution that is taking over Capitol Hill right here in Washington, D.C., just a few steps away from where we are sitting right now. The inmates are running the asylum. These are crazy people who are advocating against what I call the 3 Ps: prison, police, and private property. They don't want any of those things, and those are the ideals that founded this great country 250 years ago. But as President Trump says, communism is easy to sell. You just promise people free stuff. Until a few years, you're living in squalor with no free home, no free food. You're just sitting there with a whole bunch of communists looking around and saying, what the heck happened to our failed state?
And the president said he'd be a great communist. He'd give everything away for free.
It's an easy sale to make.
But he said communism, this new strain, it's the biggest threat the country in 250 years has ever faced. I mean, that's a powerful statement.
And he's 100% right about that, because if you look at these candidates, they are becoming mainstream in the modern day Democrat Party. You mentioned Chuck Schumer is worried about his leadership position. He should be, because if he was in a primary in New York State against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a socialist and probably commie curious, as you pointed out, he would get wiped out. And he's the leader of the Democrat Party. Hakeem Jeffries is afraid of these candidates running because they are going to take over the Democrat Party. So the way that we stop this communist revolution in its tracks is for great Americans across the country who love America, who are celebrating her in 250 years of our great nation this week, to vote against this communist revolution, vote against the Democrats. There's only one choice. It's President Trump, it's the Republican Party, and it's common sense. That's what this is about. Communism versus common sense.
That's a good way to frame it. If it does.
I have a problem with that, though. It's not the Republican Party. The Republican Party is not behind MAGA. At some point, we got to relabel this and just call it the MAGA Party. When you got people like, the corpse McConnell, let's call him McCorpse, John Thune, and some of these other people, Murkowski. I mean, they're not looking to help America. It doesn't make any sense. If you knew that your adversary was basically at this point trying to make America a communist country, would you not all band together 100%? I mean, that was the entirety of what we tried to do in the Cold War, is to make sure we didn't succumb to a communist adversary. And now we've got communist adversaries in our own government, and we still can't get any sort of unanimity. They won't vote. It should be a no-brainer. It should be 53. Every single Republican should be voting for the SAVE Act. Save America. It's very simple. How the hell can you be, I don't know if I want to vote for this. No, I can't do it. And you know damn well if these people get in power, you're toast. You're absolutely toast. I don't know what Susan Collins is doing. Susan Collins needs us. Susan Collins needs President Trump. She's running neck and neck at this point with a real Nazi, but they won't vote for the Save America Act. I mean, you're actually wishing for your own demise. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It would be 100-0 if it was Democrats. There would even Fetterman. I mean, he may be the only one. But as you sit back and watch these people win race after race after race with nothing to say and nothing to offer but will take from you, it should be so easy. It should be a no-brainer. It shouldn't even be up for debate. And so one of the things I posted earlier today is, I think wherever you are, if you run up against one of these candidates, if you run up against one of these people, just call them out on the most simplistic thing. If it's so great, why in the history of mankind has communism never worked? And if they try to dance, bring them right back. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, in the history of mankind, why does it never, ever worked? They can't answer that question. So if the media and you keep them in that little barrel, don't tell me about all the working class and eat their... No, answer this question. You are supporting something that has never, ever worked in history. Tell me why you think it'll work now. Talk to me like I'm 6. Tell me why you think socialism, communism, whatever, could possibly be good for the entirety of America. They can't answer you. They can't. Working nothing. There's no answer because it can't be answered. Can't be answered whatsoever. Communism, socialism cannot work. It's been tried. Every single place in the world where it's been tried has completely failed. So if they're over the world, tell me how it's going to work here. Oh, we haven't done it. No, tell me what you are specifically going to do different than Maduro did in Venezuela, how what you're going to do different than what Castro did in Cuba, and so on and so on and so on. Tell me. And if we just keep saying that, if we pressure them and we put them in that corner, if the media put them in that corner every single time, they will fold like cheap suits because there's no answer.
It doesn't go that way. If these commies get in, they're going to be a powerful little caucus. They're going to here to blow things up. They're not here to negotiate Pentagon funding. They want zero Pentagon funding. They're in here to destroy the country. How would the president negotiate with people like that?
I'm not sure you can, and I think that's why the president is being so bold in warning the American public against this communist takeover of the Democrats. And as Ronald Reagan perfectly stated, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. If these communists are given a chance at power here in Washington, D.C., if they retake the majority in Washington away from the Republicans, we will be heading down a communist takeover. Ask the people of Cuba how that worked out for them. They are begging to come here right now.
Some of these kids, and I call them kids because they're in their 20s, and they've never had real jobs, and they're complaining things are expensive. Yes, things are expensive.
That's another thing. You've never, ever held a real job. So you don't even know how to produce the things that you want to take over. Tell me, since you've never had a real job, hey, do you have a bank account? Have you balanced your own budget? You paying your credit cards on time, paying your taxes on time? Oh, that's right, you don't have to because you don't make any damn money. So tell me how you're supposed to take over the means of production. I'll wait. Tell me where you buy the supplies, I don't know, for this or that. Tell me how you prompt AI. Never mind how you develop AI. Tell me how you do the prompt for it. Tell me how you create a data center. Tell me how you, I don't know, assemble a car. Tell me any of this stuff. They can't answer the question. I saw a video today, I'm going to show it on Monday or Tuesday, when he does it like I do. He put Amandami talking and he kept stopping. And he goes, listen, question is asked, he can't answer. Question is asked, he can't answer. But he's been trained enough. He's gone through, I don't know, some school in Broadway in New York where he just sits there and smiles and he makes it sound like it's a different answer, but it's the same answer every single time. I'm going to help the working class. Well, the working class doesn't believe you. The working class only supports, only 4% of the so-called working class supports you. Oh, wait, but before we get there, define working class. It's 10:51 on a Friday night. I'm working. SV's in here working. All these people at broadcast studios are working, getting ready for President Trump to come out. Everybody is working.
When you don't have a real job.
That's right.
Do you think that's getting traction, complaining?
Unfortunately, I do, because this generation, my generation, I hate to say it, Gen Z and those younger than me have been raised with just silver spoons in their mouth, just getting everything handed to them. That's not the values this country was built on. It was built on meritocracy and hard work, pulling up your sleeves, pulling yourself up from your bootstraps, and achieving the American dream. And we need to protect it with all we got.
Is it laziness?
A little bit.
Is it because the professor said the country's corrupt, it's evil, and we just need to shake them down and hand money out?
It's laziness and it's the liberal indoctrination. You bring up a great point about our education system. However, I will say, a silver lining, so many parents that I talk to across the country are homeschooling, are turning to private education, are turning towards Christian schools across the country because they don't want their children being taught these communist and liberal ideas slammed down their throat. It's why President Trump in the White House has advocated so strongly for school choice across the country. We want kids to be taught to love our country. They should. It is the greatest country in the history of the world.
All right, so before we go any further, just let you guys know President Trump has not come up. They're not doing any singing. Right now, the governor of South Dakota, I think that's where Mount Rushmore is. I think Doug Burgum was the governor of North Dakota. One of the Dakotas, he's talking, so he's probably going to be introducing President Trump. We'll cut to him in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. I just wanted to show you this.
About the sloganeering, about proud to be an American.
Okay, what about this idea? Are you proud to be an American? Extremely or very proud to be an American? Again, look at this divide, a growing divide on this question. Back in January of 2001, 90% of Republicans, 85% of Democrats. This was after a very contentious 2000 election, keep in mind, right, with George W. Bush coming into the White House. You come over to this side of the screen in 2026, look at this. Again, the Democratic percentage absolutely plummets to just 29% of Democrats say they're extremely or very proud to be an American.
I'm done with them. That's all we need to know. They're not proud of America. You don't want to celebrate the 4th of July, Independence Day? Screw you. We don't care. Doug Burgum just came up. He obviously will be the one bringing on President Trump. Let's go ahead and cut to that. That would be this screen or that screen. Hold on. Let me get it. That would be this screen. So let me get the right screen. Here we go. And hold on. I got to turn on. I didn't turn on the microphone.
They gathered together and they did the improbable. They wrote a Declaration of Independence. For the first time in history, they declared a nation that was founded not on hierarchy, not on monarchy, but not on hereditary, but on an enduring truth, that every American is endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And among those, you know what these are: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Most in the world thought that this dream would fail, that instead it became something that you're all a part of, the greatest experiment in self-government in human history. It's the story of America that's always been a story of people doing improbable things, things that people thought were impossible, we make possible. Tonight we gather beneath 4 presidents carved into granite, beneath a mountain that tells us a story of a nation made up of people like you. Yeah, baby, that's a B-52. They can fly from here to the other side of the world and back from missions from North and South Dakota. Let's give it up for our great Air Force. But yes, as we gather beneath these four presidents carved in granite that are telling a story, they tell a story of a nation, of ordinary citizens, citizens like all of you, pioneers, inventors, moms, dads, builders, people that had a dream and served their city, served their community, served their state, and some became presidents. We became the most exceptional, most abundant nation in history. Because what? Because of the freedom we had to turn opportunity into innovation and innovation into prosperity. We explored a continent. We powered the world with American energy. We fed the world with American farms. And we saved the world from fascism and communism. Not once, but twice. USA. Yes, that same spirit, that spirit that you're chanting right now lives on today. It lives on in our ranchers and farmers, our innovators, our entrepreneurs, our miners, our manufacturers, our small business owners, and it lives on certainly in everyone who served in our military. And thanks to President Trump, that revolutionary spirit that founded this country, that Americans believe that they can overcome any obstacle, it has returned. Under President Trump, America is back. President Trump is leading us into a new golden age, an age with peace abroad and prosperity at home. The famous faces behind us remind us of where America has been. But the faces before me, all of you and all the patriots watching at home, give me the hope for our country going forward. The faces of ordinary Americans who care for their families, care for their communities, care for their neighbors, and care deeply about the future of this country. In just a few minutes, the 45th and 47th President of the United States is going to join us under these famous faces, the faces of his predecessors. And how great is it for all of us to have a leader who's committed to restoring American strength, restoring American pride, who believes in unleashing American opportunity and ensuring that America's greatest century is still ahead. President Trump reminds us that we're a nation of abundance, a nation of opportunity, that we've been built on freedom. We're a nation that dreams bigger and bolder than ever before. Those dreams that you have, the dreams that you thought were impossible, in this country, they can come true. We're a nation that believes that we can do the hard things again, not just the easy things. But you know what we can do? We can all seize this moment together. Let's make this 250th year, the year that starts tomorrow, worthy of our great nation, worthy of those that have sacrificed everything to give us this opportunity of freedom and opportunity. I invite every American to join us, join in this celebration, be part of this inspiration, this country unlike any other, and do it not for you, do it for your children and our children's children. God bless you, God bless President Trump, and God bless the United States of America.
All right, that was Doug Burgum. I would expect that President Trump, yeah, he would definitely be next. It's 10, almost 11 o'clock at night, so he's probably going to be up next. And I'm checking all the monitors. I will make sure he's ready. I do have, well, SV's here. Let me check with SV. I just saw you come back.
Yeah. Hey, you got to go to the bathroom sometime.
Yeah.
I'm not like Biden. I don't wear Depends. I sent you a good rendition of this Star Spangled Banner. It's at the very bottom. I think you could play that, right, without getting demonetized, I hope.
Long as it's not Jimmy. As long as it's not Jimi Hendrix. Okay, hold on.
No, it was the lady that was singing the other thing. It's
really?
actually pretty good, but I mean,
let me go ahead and download that pretty quick. I know some people will play it during directly from X, but it doesn't have this. I can't modulate sound if I do that. So if I download it first, then I can make sure it sounds good. Oh yeah, okay.
Perfect.
It's got good sound. All right,
Okay,
one
awesome.
second here. Let me pull it in, and we'll have it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, she sang that a cappella too. I mean, she just
that was great.
slayed it. I mean,
Sweet.
talk about talent. That's some serious talent there. Wow, absolutely crazy.
Sweet.
So I said for everybody, whether you're imbibing or not, whatever you're sipping, sip every time you hear the word communism and prosperity tonight.
I'm going to be drunk.
If you do so, you might end up having a good evening. But then again, if you're just drinking iced tea like I am, you should be fine. So
Hey, just in. So Saturday's National Independence Day Parade in Washington, D.C. has just been canceled by organizers due to extreme heat, with the National Weather Service. Oh, God, here you go. The mosquitoes are coming, stating that the heat index values are expected to exceed 110 to 115. That I believe. I mean, it was 104 in my area today. I tried to go to the pool and I said, to hell with it. The water was there was bubbles coming out. It was I felt like I was going to be a dinosaur working in, and melting.
Come on. I'm in South Florida, right down here by the equator. Do you know what it was like? Do you know what it was like today? It was beautiful.
Probably
beautiful.
Yeah, it's normal.
The sea breeze was coming in and everything. It was absolutely beautiful.
See, that's the difference. There was no wind here. I mean, it was calm. You didn't see a leaf rustle. I mean, it was pretty hot. It was unusual for my area. I mean, just yesterday I was freezing in my house. Remember, I had the gloves and the hat on.
So they've got the stage set, and I guess it's here. Let me just show it to everybody real quick because it looks so nice with they're cutting down. So sorry, SV, I just happened to see him come on.
Well, thank you very much to the men and women of the South Dakota Air National Guard and those beautiful F-35s. We love them, and I want to thank you all for being here. This is a big crowd. This is a lovely crowd, and what a sight it is. I want to thank Senate Majority Leader John Thune, a good friend of mine and all of us. Senator Mike Rounds, great guy. Governor Larry Roden, thank you, Larry. Lieutenant Governor Van Huysen. No, I was waiting for that. They said, you start speaking, they won't interrupt you at all. They didn't interrupt us at all. Thank you. They're fantastic. What great, incredible, talented pilots. Thank you very much. And Secretary Burgum, who's doing a phenomenal job. Governor Ron DeSantis, thank you. Governor DeSantis, where's Ron? Thank you, Ron. Distinguished guests and fellow citizens, tonight we gather on the eve of one of the most extraordinary days in the history of the world. Tomorrow we mark 250 years of glorious independence and 250 years of majestic American freedom. Nothing like it. In all the chronicles of the ages, never before has any nation celebrated so magnificent a triumph as this one, the one that we are participating in right now. At 250 years, America is the oldest republic on earth. We are the freest people on earth. We have the most righteous and enduring constitution on earth. We are the strongest and most powerful country on earth. And by the grace of God, the United States of America is the most successful, most accomplished, most exceptional nation ever to exist in human history. And it is great to be your president. It is great. For a quarter of a millennium, liberty, justice, equality, self-government, and unmatched prosperity have flourished here as they have never flourished anywhere before. There is nothing like what we are doing. The birth and survival of the American nation under God is quite simply the best and most incredible thing ever to happen on this planet by human hands ever. That is ever, ever, ever. No other country has done more good for this world than the United States of America. And we give thanks for these extraordinary blessings. We remember that what we have created in this country is not the natural way of the world. It is not the norm. It is the exception. It is rare. It is priceless, and it is truly miraculous. Throughout the entire story of humanity, most people in most places have lived a life plagued by suffering, poverty, exploitation, violence, and misery. But here in America, in this land, on this continent, we have written a very different story. It's a tale of adventure, liberation, and unmatched greatness. It's the story of people governing themselves, the many uniting as one, the men and women rising by their own skill and talent to go further and reach higher than anyone has ever gone before. There has never been anything like this. The triumph of American independence was the result of the most extraordinary people in history, the most extraordinary culture in history, and the most extraordinary ideas in history, all creating the most extraordinary republic ever, ever, ever in history. It all came together for the miracle of July 4th, 1776. That was a big year. 250 years ago tomorrow, what a big day that is. I consider this a big day because I'm with you. I like that too. And by the way, we won big here. We won really big. Each and every time. But 250 years ago tomorrow, the words of our Declaration of Independence sent an earthquake through all of the coming time. They sparked a revolution that has never ended, but still continues to this day. And tonight we come to this beautiful mountain, and it is beautiful, to express our gratitude to those who made it possible, starting with the four men most responsible for reaching this milestone more than any others. We salute the father of our country, George Washington, The author of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson. The great emancipator and savior of our union, Abraham Lincoln. And the man who built America into a global superpower, Theodore Roosevelt. These are the men who declared the freedom and won our freedom and saved our freedom and secured our freedom. They were men of action, men of ambition, men of daring, men of destiny, and men of truly great intelligence. Above all, they were great men of history. Tonight, on the threshold of our 25th year, we stand beneath the monument of these heroes, a true group of unbelievable people, and we rededicate ourselves to being a nation as big, bold, noble, and as great as these American giants. And that's not easy to do, but we're going to do it. These men could only have been made in the USA. Their faces are engraved on these bluffs, not only because of what they did, but to remind us forever who we are. These heroes exemplify what is timeless, enduring, and eternal about the American character. And in the end, it has always been that character, our distinct and unique identity. It is a truly unique identity, and it'll never change. It's the ultimate source of our strength and the bulwark of our freedom. On this anniversary, we must remember, we have to remember, we can never forget that American liberty has not endured for 250 years merely because of words on paper. Liberty has prevailed here because of the culture and character of the people who declared it, defended it, and preserved it. These are very, very special times, and this is a very special place. You live in a very special place. Congratulations, everybody. The identity of a nation is the destiny of a nation, and America has a destiny like no other because we are a people like no other. For whatever reason, that's just the way it is. Here, the old world sent its bravest, boldest, and most resilient, its fiercest, most faithful, and freedom-loving. These men and women brought values, traditions, and customs transmitted over the centuries in Britain and stretching back even further to Athens, Jerusalem, and Rome. The United States of America is where the greatest civilization in human history became greater than ever before. On the grounds and granite hills and the rugged plains of this wide-open continent, they forged a uniquely American character, a new breed of citizen. That's you. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're not that new a breed. You're a really good breed, but I'm not sure that you're that new a breed. Americans did not bow before a king or a government, but kneeled only before Almighty God. That's right. These were the people who founded our republic. These were the patriots who fought for independence. This was the spirit that demanded freedom, and this was the culture that built America and carved its heroes into Mount Rushmore. For generations, it was understood that the core of patriotic duty of every American was to pass this culture on to our children and to preserve the nation for centuries and centuries to come. But in recent years, there's been an undeniable attempt to change this exceptional character, to beat the American spirit out of us, alienate us from our history, and to make it impossible to even answer the question, what does it mean to be an American? As we march into our 250th year, incredible, beautiful year it will be, we must never forget there is no American freedom without American culture. And there is no American founding without the American people. Many nations have paper constitutions and legal systems, but the citizens live in fear and squalor. A constitution is only as strong as the people and the culture responsible for upholding it. But as long as we remember who we are, we have to always remember who we are and what we're all about. The United States of America will forever be the land of free men and women, and we will never, ever fail. So tonight, let us say clearly and proudly what makes Americans so unique and extraordinary. We're going to give our country its identity back. Above all, Americans love freedom. We cherish independence, and we know that we are the heirs to the most beautiful land, the most thrilling story, and the most precious legacy on which the sun has ever shined. In America, we do not need anyone's permission to say what we think and to live as we please, to worship as we choose, or to keep and bear arms. You know that. And for almost 6 years during my presidency, I've saved, almost single-handedly, but working with John and some other great people, we've saved your Second Amendment, and I will continue to do so, I promise. Our rights here, given to us by the God who made us, and those rights shall not be infringed. Americans believe in self-reliance. We look at success with envy not, and I say that some people are envious and some people are not. We are not, but with admiration, and we earn it, and we will always earn it, and we will always respect it. We are an incredible, good, kind, and generous people, always ready to help a friend or a neighbor in need. No one has ever given more to charity, ended more hunger, cured more disease, or done more to uplift humanity than Americans, and no country ever will be able to match it. Thank you. So true. Americans honor excellence. We admire boldness. We respect ambition. We are a nation of dreamers and believers, warriors and explorers, doers and fighters. In every human endeavor, Americans see an unfinished competition. What is strong can be made stronger. What is fast can be made faster. What is great can be made greater than ever before, and that's what's happening with America. Show us a mountain, and we'll just climb it. Show us an ocean, and we'll just cross it. Show us a problem, and we will just solve it. Show us a task the world calls impossible, and Americans will get it done. Americans are strong and always ready to stand firm for a good cause. We treasure justice, fairness, family, honesty, and human dignity, unlike societies based on class, clan, or tribe. We see every citizen as an individual, equal under the law and equal under the eyes of the Lord. In America, we speak English because that is the language of our founding, and for 1,000 years, that has been the language of freedom. An American always wants peace and order, but we will never shrink from danger or threat. We will always fight, 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 and win, win, win. We got to do that. Because this is our culture, this is our character. Not every American is all of these things, but every American knows these are the traits that make our country exceptional, and exceptional it is. You do not have to be born here, but you do have to love what we have built. You must love our country. There has never been anything like us anywhere on earth, and we are not going to let anyone take that away. Yet as we approach this magnificent anniversary, we see our American identity under a renewed attack. A generation after we fought and won the Cold War against the menace of communism, there is now a resurgence of the communist menace in our land, including from newcomers to our country who embrace ideas totally opposed to our way of life and our great success. These are not mere political disagreements like differences over taxes or regulations. Communism is a mortal threat to American liberty. It is the greatest threat to our country, including World War I, World War II, Pearl Harbor, or even 9/11. We're not going to let this happen to us. Believe me, we're not letting it happen. Because communism is the enemy of free people everywhere in the world. Never works. It's the enemy of the Constitution. Above all, it's the enemy of July 4th, 1776. It is the enemy indeed. Even while the radicals and extremists attack our incredible history at every turn, they are silent on the miserable history of communism itself, because it never worked. Thousands of years, if you look at it, under different names, under somewhat different ideologies and systems, that system has led to more death and destruction than any system ever tried. It killed 100 million people just in the last century alone. Communism is the exact opposite of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's death, tyranny, and the pursuit of evil. The godless communist morality states that anything is justified to bring about inhuman visions and to really propose what's good. They don't want good. They don't love God, and they don't want God. They don't love religion, and they don't want religion, and they won't have it. But we will not let them win. They have no chance against us. They have no respect for law, justice, principle, tradition, or your God-given rights. It's an ideology of mass theft, mass control, mass lies, and mass murder. Such doctrines can be given no quarter in a democracy, because the first thing they do when they get into power is turn around and destroy it. It always is destroyed, just as communists have done in other countries all over the world, no matter where you look. Very simply, communism represents the worst ideas and abuses in history by the worst people. The American founding represents the best ideas and traditions in history by the best people like you. You can be loyal to Karl Marx, or you can be loyal to America. You can be a communist, or you can be a patriot. You cannot be both. As for those who peddle Marxist lies about our heritage, or tell our children that we live on stolen land, or that our heroes were oppressors, they're doing something much worse than slandering our past. They are slandering and attacking our future. Not going to let that happen. They're trying to tear down the great American character, to destroy the people who declared independence, who crossed the Delaware, who settled the West, and who conquered the skies. You know who those people are. But we will never let that happen. Our American ancestors did not shed their blood at Concord and Trenton, Gettysburg and Shiloh, Midway and Normandy, just so that a band of thieves, radicals, and lunatics could come in and loot, pillage our nation. Our heroes died to win, build, and to save, and to build truly a great country, the greatest country ever in the world. So on the eve of this 250th anniversary of American heritage, we resolve and swear for all to hear that the citizens of the United States of America will vanquish communism quickly. Don't let them take too much of your time. You know they're wasting your time, don't you? But we're not going to let them take too long or too much of our time as they play their games and send them into exile. We will send them quickly away, and we will continue to build our country bigger and better and stronger than ever before. America will never be a communist country. We can only lose the midterms if we allow ourselves to lose the midterms, if we are foolish, stupid, and unwise. But if we terminate the filibuster, as we should do, and immediately vote for the Save America Act, then we will not lose an election for 100 years. We do that, we're not going to lose an election for 100 years. The Communist Party is made up of illegal immigrants, criminals, and everybody that doesn't want to work. Communism is a loser. It always was, and it is right now. It's a big loser. Look at the people that are promoting it. They are not the people you're going to follow. In 250 years, the free people of this land have accomplished more with our liberty than any other society has accomplished, even in thousands and thousands of years. As you look back and you study, what our critics will never understand is that America is not the sum of its mistakes. Our mistakes make us human. Our achievements make us American, and nobody has ever had the achievements that we've had. We are the nation that dreamed and created the modern world. We laid the railroads. We raised up those big, beautiful skyscrapers, harnessed electricity, and invented the light bulb, the telephone, the airplane, the assembly line, the television, the microchip, the personal computer, the internet, the GPS, the smartphone, and almost everything else that has ever been invented, including, especially over the last few days in certain areas, a thing called air conditioning. We invented it all. We charted the human genome to cure diseases. We powered entire cities by splitting single atoms and planted our flag on the moon. Americans fill the airwaves of the planet with our music and our culture. We invented baseball, basketball, football, volleyball, NASCAR, and the rodeo. We love that rodeo of the West. Americans have won the most Olympic medals of any country in the world by far, the most Nobel Prizes. Well, they haven't given me one. Settled 8 wars, I still haven't gotten it. That's okay. And the most world records. We publish by far the most patents. We produce the best movies. We make the best music. And we raise up the greatest entertainers and strongest athletes the world has ever seen. So true. We built the biggest and most dynamic economy. And by the way, our country today is doing better than it's ever done before. Never had anything like it. With, as of last week, $19.2 trillion pouring into the United States right now from all over the world. That's the investments being made, and the record was 3. 4 years. In 4 years, the last administration did much less than 1, and we did 19.2 in 12 months. And thanks to our great election win, November 5th, and the tariffs, plants and factories are being built all over the United States right now, and they're being built at a number that we've never, ever seen before. So much more. We're breaking records by double, triple, quadruple. We created the strongest and most powerful military. We won 2 world wars, the Cold War, left America's enemies in the depths of history. We beat Venezuela in 1 day. And we knocked the hell out of Iran. They're dying to settle. They want to settle so badly. We gave them a week off for a funeral because we're nice. It's true. For 250 years, the entire world has looked to our country and been inspired by the leaps of progress, feats of strength, and acts of selflessness, faith, and hope that could only have happened right here. 2 years ago, we were laughed at, mocked, and a nation in decline. We were in very serious decline. Last administration, what they've done to us, we can never, ever forget that. And today we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. Everybody respects us like no nation. Remember this, we're respected like no nation in the world is respected like us. Every king, every prime minister, every president, they respect us more than any other country by far. 2 years ago, they laughed at us. Now it's only respect. And I want to tell you, the best is yet to come. So in conclusion, from the roaring waters of Niagara Falls to the shimmering gushers of oil and fire from our beloved Texas, from the magnificent fields of corn and wheat and barley of our farms in the Midwest, to the vast canyons of finance in New York City, from the billowing stacks of steel now being produced all over our country at record levels, to the car plants that are rising like we have never seen before. We have more plants under construction than we've had ever before. Automobile plants, something you didn't see of at all for 35 years. To technology from the minds of geniuses that is being brought to life in all corners of our country, from the snow-capped peaks of the Rockies to the white sand shores of the Gulf of America. And to right here in the Black Hills of the Dakotas, after 250 years, American freedom still rings, the American dream still lives, and the American flag still flies more proudly than ever before over the people who will not quit, the nation that will not fail, the country that will not fall. No matter how hard the enemy tries, we cannot be beaten. Tomorrow we reach a milestone like no other and celebrate with joyful hearts and soaring spirits, because after 2.5 centuries, we know that this is not an ending. This is only the beginning of the golden age of America. And together we will make America bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. I promise you that. It's an honor to be your president. Thank you very much, and happy Independence Day to all. God bless you all. God bless you all. Thank you.
Al, did you have him stand behind bulletproof glass to give the speech, and then have him have to walk out the bulletproof glass downstairs? Did anybody else watch that and go, oh, what the hell is going on? Like I was? I could not even believe that. He's standing in front of bulletproof glass, and he plays it with it on one side and like peaks, and then the other side, he's got to walk like 15 feet and open. What the hell are you people doing? How did you not build a tunnel? He's in mountains. There could be people up in the hills. My gosh, my gosh. Was I the only one thinking that? SP, was I the only one thinking?
Didn't you see me in the video? I went like this and went. I was like, he poked his head out for target practice. What the hell?
I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, and then he had to walk. I mean, it had to have been like 15 feet and then go to, and he stops. How you all doing?
Hey.
Oh.
Oh,
Please,
man,
no.
was
Please,
not...
no. I hope somebody looks into that and goes, that was the stupidest thing ever. I mean, to let him spend an hour and 15 minutes talking behind bulletproof glass and to say, hey, when you exit, there's going to be no protection. You're going to be wide open. I guess
they obviously have some DEI still in the service there. They got to get rid of them. They're not thinking it out.
And he knew it too, because when he peeked out the side, he held on to it, and he knew I got to get back behind it. And then I wonder if he got surprised. I'm like, I'm just going to stand here? Wow.
Boy, I loved how he slapped the commies around. That, like, I posted. It was from Nick Sertor. It was the anti-Mandami speech. He countered everything he was saying in his little wrong-faced desk speech he had earlier today.
It's
in a 54-degree room.
It's game on right now. I mean, it's absolutely game on because he roasted them. He absolutely roasted them. Here, what's this one you got here? Saturday, they're not having a parade because it's too friggin' hot.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. That was the thing about the heat, and you're saying, hey, it's hot. It's hot down here in Florida. And I said, you have a little bit of breeze going on, with the palm trees and whatnot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I sent you that video from Elon Musk. It's 5 minutes. It is.
I saw that. I saw that earlier. I did. Oh, wait a second. Hold on, SV. I got to come back to you. Wait a second.
Of the sacred fire of liberty and the destiny of the Republican model of government are justly considered as deeply, perhaps as finally stopped, on the experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Let music swell the breeze. Lay rocks aside. Let's break the sound prolonged.
That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
The great fundamental issue now before our people can be taken with. It is, are the American people fit to govern themselves, to rule themselves, to control themselves? I believe they are.
So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. The Challenger crew was pulling us into the future, and we'll continue to follow them.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down here the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars that shine. I don't know about you, but I know about us. And we got 1776 reasons to party. Yeah, we just got paid, and we're settling up. And we got the subs up loud, and we about to get it started. Cause we the people in the Constitution, bumping Alan Jackson on the Chattahoochee. We're back roads raised, and Jesus saves. So let me hear you say hallelujah. So if you came to turn up, let your redneck loose. Crank your country up to the red, white, and blue. Yeah, if you love Levi jeans and freedom fried chicken, jacked up trucks and honky tonk women, raise your drink to the home of the brave. Ain't nobody party like a USA. A little louder now. Ain't nobody party like a USA. Ain't nobody party like a USA.
At the dawn of the 21st century, a free people must now choose to shape the forces of the information age and the global society, to unleash the limitless potential of all our people, and yes, to form a more perfect union.
I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
The God-given promise that all are equal, all are free, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness.
When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice. When America is united, America is totally unstoppable.
The work and prayers of century have brought us to this day. What shall be our legacy? What will our children say? Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you.
The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
along and help me sing this thing. It's all right.
Okay, so that's it. We just saw the ball drop in New York City. I don't know if they even allowed people in. I thought Mandami said people couldn't go watch the ball drop for America's 250th birthday, but that's what you saw. You saw the ball dropping, a fantastic fireworks display, which I'm going to tell you right now is going to pale in comparison to what you see tomorrow. Tomorrow is supposed to be the most epic fireworks display ever seen by man. They say it should be 10 times what you just saw tonight in at Mount Rushmore. So it should be absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see it. And it won't be at like midnight. So it's going to be at a normal time because it's in Washington, D.C. SB. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. I'm still doing my Ray Charles here. America. Oh man, that was fire. I just sent you a short little thing. The White House literally just posted this. It's a clip from showing you a different angle of the Mount Rushmore with the fireworks going. It's short.
It was the whole thing. Who's it from?
It's from the White House.
The White House.
From the White House.
Oh, wow, yeah, it's a whole different angle. Here, let's take a look at that. Wow, so you get to see the red, white, and blue on the side there. Wow, they did a great job. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Wow, blew it out. And I can't wait to see what the commie response is going to be because I'm sure that
I'm turning it off. I'm not gonna watch that. Don't bring me down, commies. Don't bring me down.
But I'll tell you what, no matter what, now people know it's on. It is definitely game on.
Absolutely.
He's going right for the throat. And he defiantly said, ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Found it odd that he mentioned John Thune, I think twice as he was talking. So a lot going on there. Yeah. And he also, I don't know in terms of using the bully pulpit per se, but he also let people, he went right after the heart of these commies. And so now Americans who haven't been following stuff on the news decided they're going to tune in for this. They saw it. He labeled them. Now they're going to have to deflect and come out. Oh, we're not commies. We're Democrat socialists.
Oh boy.
You know,
yeah. Okay. Show me when it worked. Like you said on your post on X. Show me when it actually worked. Come on, I'll wait.
Yeah, just say it. Just tell me, just one in recorded history. We've been on this planet for 2,026 years. Show us one. Well, we've been here. Show us one time, anywhere. Doesn't exist.
Did you see? I showed you this.
Yeah.
Anderson. I mean, come on, man. That was the headline on CNN. How Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen countdown to America's 250. It was. You know what Jeff Spicoli said, right? Remember in Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Fast Time at Ridgemont High, yes.
Yeah. Oh, God. And I can't say it.
Might as well say it because I'm gonna have to clip this whole part. Oh my gosh!
None of you guys will see me. I'll be gone.
I thought it was like one song, and I'm like, oh no, they're playing Chubby Checkers. Oh no, Dave Grohl. Oh, Foo Fighters. Oh my God, we are so
Mellencamp, doesn't he hate Trump? I mean, he's probably already suing him. I think I saw the expose.
Now the one thing is they can't sue him because this was probably I would think a state. I don't know who put this together. He was just a speaker. I don't think he was the producer of it. As long as they have a license, they can play whatever you want. You can't say take it down. It already played. So they'll make me take it down. But
of course,
who cares?
But that was great. That was fire. I was rocking the whole time. That was great.
It went on for a while. I mean,
and Barry, you did your little chubby checker too. That was people enjoyed that.
When I was in South Carolina, I don't know how many people used to go to Myrtle Beach before it turned into Murder Beach. But the Grand Strand area the Low Country used to do a whole lot of stuff. I forget, they called it the Shag, and they had all those groups back then. And I did a show with Chubby Checker. And I like, none of you people were alive when he made that record, all right? Because the one they played was Twist Again, because that wasn't even the twist. So the guy had basically 2 or 3 songs, and it was packed, and everybody was just doing a twist. Now, I do have to ask one question before we go. I was drinking iced tea. I don't know what you were sipping, but if you were sipping an alcoholic beverage tonight, you're drunk.
Oh yeah. Don't drink and drive, folks.
I said every time he says commie or communist, take a sip. If you played along with an actual alcoholic beverage, you're tipsy right now. You won't remember this show. So
I think Kamala fell down.
The press release was perfect. They said he's going to make a full rebuke against communism. Not that you need a full rebuke. History is your rebuke, but he just reminded everybody, they've killed hundreds of millions of people. What are you people thinking? What are these kids thinking? You've been indoctrinated.
They want free stuff, Barry. Free stuff. Free. Yeah.
Absolutely. I actually, before I got to tell you a funny story, I was going to play it, but I found a tweet exchange, and somebody had said, what's the difference between Elon Musk, besides the zeros, and somebody like Taylor Swift? And the commie came out and said, well, Taylor Swift did it all herself. I'm thinking, what? Yeah, Elon has thousands of employees that make him rich. Taylor Swift, she writes her own songs, she plays her own songs, she did it all herself. So like every time she goes on a stage, does she unload the trucks? Does she hang the lights and everything else? Does she drive the truck?
I'm looking to see if she's parked a rocket lately. Let me see.
She parked a rocket? Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Did she sweep the stadium when it was done? They've lost it.
I know. They have tunnel vision. They only see what they have to see because they've been indoctrinated. It's just the way it is. But tonight it's hopefully it will change a few people's views, because I'm telling you, the patriotism angle, I mean, I feel like my heart's gotten 10 sizes bigger. I'm like so proud. I'm very proud.
I think
my dad was in the Navy, so I'm very, very proud.
I think that the speech that Mandami gave today was a bad mistake. You should have just stayed out of it and let the patriotism go for the weekend and do something negative on Monday. Trying to insert yourself into Americana by destroying Americana, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
He just made it more divisive, so he's throwing more gasoline on the fire. That's all he did today. Right.
All right, go to bed, man. Let me do super.
See you
chats.
tomorrow, everyone.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Are we still live? We still live?
Yeah, we still live. They put the camera. Oh gosh! Now I guess they're gonna. Let me show you.
All right.
They're gonna. I guess we're going to go soup to nuts. We're going to go from the beginning to the end at this point.
Yes.
So, yeah, he flew in and he did it with the helicopters and he did the flyover and he did this show and his speech. And so now they're actually
Back
showing.
to the White House.
Yeah, showing him get on his way out.
What is he? I mean, I guess asleep for about, I don't know, a couple minutes on Air Force One on the way back.
There was a song back in the day by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. So what I think I'm going to do, because the helicopter hasn't even landed yet. So instead of let you guys just stare at the screen right now, I'm going to do super chats. and I'll go through the super chats. And as soon as the helicopter lands and he makes his way to the steps, I will quickly just move accordingly. So let me go ahead and do super chats, and we can watch that at the end here, and then you guys can go to bed. All right, hold on, let me just make it so I don't miss it. Okay, so I've got it on my split screen here. Let's say, Fogoski, such a magnificent event. No need to see the a-hole tonight. Yeah, you're right. I was going to show it, but you guys were absolutely adamant. Rather watch Jeff Dunham's Celebration 250-year birthday special. You know, that would make for a good show as well. It's like 40 or 50 minutes of Jeff Dunham, and he closes it with Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. But I'd have to obviously show that on Rumble. I couldn't do that here. Fogoski again, wearing my favorite hat. There you go, boy. Colleen, happy birthday, America. God bless you, Patriots. Thank you. Smart Cookie. Barry, I told 2C TV to reach out to you. All right, yeah. Like I said earlier, if he wants to come to South Florida and he's got the ducats, yeah, hook us up. He's moving to Florida. I guess you told me it was Miami. I know, I'm not sure, but he's having ice problems. Oh, well, that sucks. I told him you might have contacts who can help. I know a very good private realtor, and right now she's upstairs asleep, but I could always nudge her and say, hey, I got something for you to take care of. The Devil's Raspberry. Yeah, dude, I just found out about this. Thank you. Yeah, somebody earlier said, hey, you never let us know. This is important. Somebody said, you don't tell us in advance when the show is. Well, yeah, I do. Usually it's a couple hours, but I have to make sure his schedule. When I saw him getting on a plane, I was like, okay, so we're about correct. Remember, he was supposed to go on at 10:30. He didn't take the stage until 11 o'clock. So I have to gauge how much content I need to have Phil before he gets on. So that's why sometimes it might be a late notice, because I wanted to make sure he actually got up in the air before we did anything. Fogoski, Mr. President. Yes, it is. Devils. The intro vid is phenomenal every day. Yep, thank you. That was a great number of pieces put out by some of the governmental agencies. All the left can do is be angry. They have no response. No response whatsoever. Lay happy 250th. Lay, happy 250th birthday, America. Looking over here, waiting to see. Marine One has not come in yet. Okay. Fogoski, abolish stupidity. That's good. There wouldn't be a Democrat Party. Wouldn't even be there. Chiosop, Mondami tried replicating Trump at his desk with staff. He added a few things like foot smell, body odor, fish and goat butt, goats and air conditioning. It was a sad video, very sad. Mondami and his crew love communism, and it puts them in power quickly and gives them access to money they can steal, but they produce nothing, so it fails. 100%. Don Jr. is waiting for Dad. He's at the airport. Let me get through this. Fur Babies, thank you very, very much. Hey, Barry, we are longtime viewers since March of 2024. Never miss a show. Thank you for keeping us sane, make us laugh, and speaking the truth. Happy 250. Thank you very, very much. Chiosep, Mondami's mom is in show business. He's trained. Yeah, look at her history. Look at who she used to pal around with. A certain guy that used to do things with kids, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Luisa, thank you very much. Thank you, Barry and Robin, SB Fanfare Family, MAGA Patriot Family, for loving President Trump and his amazing team. I split my time with Italy. I'm coming home. I will still go. I have business there. Wow, I love Italy. First time I went over there, though, my best restaurant that I had to frequent, I have to be honest, was McDonald's. I was like, Dad, you guys got any, meatballs and shells? No. No. What do you got? You don't, the chicken parm? No, we don't do chicken parm. That's America. What do you got? So I had to learn the Italian menu. And pizza is different. Oh, sexy. 250 years and still the land of the free. God bless America. And we have to preserve that. Nikki, the comms in this speech are off the charts. Yeah, they were. Yes, they were. Martin, I 100% cringed. I think you were talking about Mondami. Mariah, happy Independence Day, American MAGA. Thank you, Barry family and moderators. God bless our president and God bless us all. Violet Sorbet, thank you. Wait a minute, jumped ahead there. Okay. Mountain Goddess, we need to protect America from foreign and domestic enemies, the enemies within. Yes, absolutely. They're here. They are definitely here. Hello, Nia. Very awesome show. The president's speech and Mount Rushmore presentation was spectacular. Indeed, it was. Thank you for sharing. God bless America and happy 250th. Marine One has landed, so let me get going here. Insurrection Act now, said Roberto. You're absolutely right. Lupe, thank you. Thank you. And Mountain Goddess again says, was thinking about Mamdani and Washington deaths. Washington was the only POTUS not born in America. Underlying message there. Probably. All right, so we got through it all just in time. Marine One just arrived. Looks like he's going to come talk to him. After all this, is he going to take some questions? Wow, it's 12:21. Your president is just getting on a plane heading back into Washington, D.C. I've got Midas here. Midas is ready to go to bed. I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. I hope you guys go to bed. I'm going to play a shortened version of the after party, and I will see you guys once the schedule gets released for tomorrow. SB, thank you very much.